Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is David Schlotthauer here, your weather enthusiast, and I am live for only like an hour or so. This is not a very big live stream by any means at all, but we're live because we do have a few discrete storms capable of significant hail. We also have a tornado warning out of Floryville in Texas. That's the red polygon that we have on the screen. So yes, our first tornado warning of the stream just has gotten issued right when I was about to go live. So that's what we're seeing right now, a tornado warning out of Fullerville in Texas. Okay, this is on Interstate or US 84 right now near Snyder, Texas, where we do have a pretty intense thunderstorm. And this is moving right towards Snyder, Texas. And then we have a storm out of Abilene, Texas. This is just to the southwest of there in Texas near Bradshaw, where we have a very intense supercell capable of some very large hail. We are seeing hailstones here 2 to 3 inches in diameter, where earlier we did get a trained weather spotter that did report 2-inch hail. So a pretty intense supercell here out of Tuscaloosa in Texas, Buffalo Gap to your southwest. Very high reflectivity radar returns, a indication that we are seeing some large hailstones. We're also seeing some strong gusty winds, and yes, we are also looking at rotation with this storm, and it just got upgraded now to a destructive warning. So this is now a destructive severe thunderstorm now for southern Tyler County, south of Abilene, Texas. This is warranted for baseball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Hence the name on the title, gorilla size hail. That's kind of gorilla size-ish. Just, it's a little teaser for the stream, of course, to have that. But this kind of illustrating, we're talking about gorilla and baseball size hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, some instances of 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts as these storms continue southeast at around 15 to 20 miles an hour. And this one right now is moving to the southeast at 25 miles an hour. And we can see the storm motion right there, moving from northwest to southeast. So Novus, Goldsboro, Texas, in Coleman, you need to be taking shelter soon. This is capable of producing really large hail. And yeah, we had a hail spike there, illustrating that this storm is notorious of producing hail of at least baseball size. We also have another storm again in Fullerville that has a tornado warning tag on it. That means we are seeing a tornado possible with that. More than likely, it is strong rotation or strong enough that they have issued a tornado warning on that. And you can see why. We have greens going toward the radar, so all the green reflectivity pixels going towards, and then the red are delta velocities moving away from the radar. So we are seeing some rotation here being indicated on the Doppler radar site out of, again, Lubbock, Texas, which indicates that tornado warning. We also have another storm that we're tracking. Let's go to Radar Omega. We got another supercell over Floydata in Cedar Hill in Booth and Doherty, Texas. Severe thunderstorm warning here. And this is for ping pong size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So we are seeing some damaging winds, wind-driven hail here. So that's going to lead to a lot more injuries. Maybe some hail damage to roof siding and trees that are anticipated. Again, this storm right now is moving out of the northwesterly direction towards the southeast at around 25 or so miles an hour. So again, if you are in Doherty, Booth, McBain, Roaring Springs, you need to be aware of this. Make sure you have your weather radio ready to go because, again, these are isolated. It's going to be just kind of that hit and miss kind of deal. If you're caught in these storms, you know what to do. Take shelter on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Make sure you stay away from windows. And it's a good idea to get out of your car if safe to do so because Hail this size could actually bust windows and cause dents to your car. So please take shelter. These storms are notorious of producing some really large hail. We did have a report of 2.75-inch hail earlier out of Floydada in Texas, in Floyd County. Fire Department Rescue did report some really large hail, and this came in not too long ago, right around about 9 minutes ago. So again, this report is sent out at 8:40 p.m. from the Fire Department Rescue there with that supercell. That is quite intense. We also have another storm again in Borger. This is also producing some really large hailstones, possibly an inch or more in diameter. And we can see Doppler radar there, an indication that we do have a lot of rotation also within that storm, more higher up into the atmosphere, not so much at the surface, but you get the idea. Strong winds and also some hail that are anticipated. And we got northerly winds on the backside of that storm right now. So some outflow dominant perturbations going on with that. Winds, by the way, are gusting up to 40 miles an hour, according to the KBGD radar site that did indicate and report 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So yeah, these storms definitely have a lot of wind with them, and when they have a lot of wind, the hail with them can cause a lot of damage. All right, Floydada, if you're in Booth, if you're in Doherty, Cedar Hill, please take shelter. Again, we have a strong thunderstorm there capable of really large hail. You can even see the outflow, channeling taking place over Floydada. So temperature drop may be likely there. So outflow dominant it's trying to do right now. And that's why we are not seeing a tornado warning out of this. Otherwise, if the updraft was more within the inflow side of the storm than the outflow, then we would probably see a tornado warning issued on this storm. But right now, it does not look like it's going to have a tornado warning anytime soon. Just some very large hail and some strong gusty winds that are anticipated with that storm. All right, so again, please take shelter if you are in Floydada, outside of Lubbock, Texas, to the northeast. Again, really large hail and damaging wind gusts are anticipated. So to change things up really quickly, I did want to tell you all that I am now affiliated with tryologymaps.com. This is from Direct Weather, actually, that made this website possible. Very good layering mapping system. I would really highly recommend purchasing these type of maps. One of the maps that I purchased has 12, actually, you could add in like 20 plus layers possibly, and everything like that, but I choose what layers I add. So typically I add about 12 or 13 layers to the maps, but be sure to check this out. The sale is going on right now until May 1st. 50% off sale. You cannot miss it. And it ends again May 1st. So get the deal. I mean, $9 for the 16K digital Atlantic hurricane map, whereas it would be $20. So be sure to check that out and purchase a lot of these maps. It would really help out a lot. If you want to check this out, I will have the link right now in chat. So a little bit of a promotion here, a little bit of a sponsorship from Direct Weather and Triology Maps. Really good, awesome guy that puts these maps together. By the way, actually, you would get these type of layers. So really quickly, I wanted to show you all this. Let me make this a lot more bigger. Can I? I guess I can't. So you get different layers. So if I click on this one, you get like a longitude line kind of a transparent image, and then the next one you get the base map overlay, and then you get the ocean. You could add different layers. You get even cities on top of the maps as well. Again, that's one layer, and then you get your counties, so you can see all your counties there. And then the next layer is international borders, and then of course you could do another overlay if you just want to show the United States with your colorful map. You can do that. And then even Triology Maps does provide highways and freeway map overlays too, which is absolutely awesome. I mean, wow, this is really, really good. So be sure to check it out. It's not free, of course. There's a cost to everything, but you get some very high resolution maps at a very affordable price with relief maps, even state maps, and other different layouts of the United States too, which is quite awesome. So be sure to check out trilogymaps.com, and that's what I'll be using for my thumbnails. I'm going to change things up a little bit. I might even use these these maps to present you all a weather forecast too, which is even more awesomeness, right? So you could read about it and, you know, research. Is this what you want? Do you want maps? And that's up to you, right? I can't force you to buy stuff, but I would highly recommend checking out trilogymaps.com, where you can get these maps for a very affordable price. So now we're going back to our live radar coverage, tracking the supercells out of Florida in Texas, Cedar Hill, John Ferris. That's where we have some heavy rainfall, strong winds, and some lightning strikes. Look at this RFD surge. You can really get an idea where that is over Booth right now, getting some strong winds that are just screaming through the area. So 65-mile-an-hour wind gusts are anticipated with these storms. Cedar Hill, again, please, we're talking really intense hail and heavy rainfall. In fact, we are seeing, let's take a look here, 74 decibels. So that is really, really intense radar reflectivity. The higher the decibels, usually the heavier the rain is. In this case, we're seeing hail. More than likely, large hail out of that storm. We're also seeing another storm popping up near Spur, Steel Hill. That recently has exploded in size, so we may get a severe thunderstorm warning on that. And we are going to play through the radar on how this all evolved. And you can see that strong thunderstorm right now, pretty intense. And even we had a storm split. If we look back at that again, a splitting supercell, which is quite cool to see. Right, they're kind of coming off from the main storm. And that's kind of what the atmosphere usually fosters, splitting storms. This one getting close to Snyder, Texas, Union, Texas. Collierville really getting hit right now pretty good with some heavy rainfall and strong winds. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing great. What's up, Mason Fishy? What's up, Butterdwag? What's up, Diane? Welcome. What's up, SD Storm Seekers? How are you? Rita's getting some big hail on this on his stream. I could imagine he is very much probably getting some very large hailstones. So yeah, yeah, elevator tours by Rain Maves. Yes, Direct Weather does use the triology maps, which is quite cool. So yeah. I just like the layout, you know, it's gonna help out a lot. It saves me a lot of time than what I used to do. Trust me about that. It wasn't very easy. What's up, Max Crow? How are you doing? Or Max Crow. Welcome to the stream. We are tracking severe thunderstorms right now. Storm actually near Novus is very intense. Really, more like a very organized, a very organized supercell right now. Bradshaw, Gwen, Ovilo, Lawn, Goldsboro, about to get slammed, well, getting slammed right now, but wow, we got a very well-organized supercell structure right now on the Bradshaw storm at this time. What's up? If Alex is here, what's up, Alex Miller? Welcome, welcome. It's an honor that you're here. What's up? It's Jeffy Roblox. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. Welcome, welcome, folks. If you're new to the stream, consider sharing this and hanging out with me here as I do track these, track this supercell live in Texas. Tuscaloosa, Lawn, getting some really intense rainfall. This is a severe thunderstorm for baseball size hail. Yeah, baseball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So yeah, you can bet on that is very large. So we are tracking this storm live right now on the YouTube channel, Goldsboro. Again, baseball size hail, very, very large. Yeah, this storm does have some rotation on it, so we are seeing a tornado possible tag on this. So yeah, a possible tornado and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, but it is that hail that is a very destructive, that makes this warning destructive, which is a level 3 severe thunderstorm warning. All right, by all means, again, there's different criteria of warnings. Your lowest severe thunderstorm warning is usually for quarter-size hail or lesser, and winds that are usually 60 miles an hour. But occasionally, we can get these destructive warnings. It is either warranted for 80-mile-an-hour winds or hail that is at least baseball size or larger. And so that's what we have here. The storm will be near Bradshaw right around about 8:50 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So it is going to be, it's already passing over Bradshaw at this given time. It's 9 o'clock. So really, really intense rainfall there. Hail, it's definitely some accumulating hail perhaps with that storm. How is Austin, Texas looking? Austin, Texas is looking pretty good for the most part. Maybe not so much by tomorrow. We are going to see some storms fire up there for sure. But right now in the short term, we are seeing a few storms fire up, but nothing too extreme at the moment. In fact, if we go and take a look at our convective outlook for that area, you'll clearly see that there is a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms. However, by tomorrow, it is going to go slight and enhanced. So definitely a day to watch the radar tomorrow and watch the skies closely for stronger storms, but especially over Dallas. It's going to be pretty significant. We're looking at a significant risk for large hail and damaging winds. Tornadoes do not look to be the big story out of the enhanced risk, mainly a wind threat. That's what is driven the high or the enhanced risk, and a 15% significant for severe. And that's kind of the hatched area that I'm showing you all in Brownwood, Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Wichita Falls, Gainesville, Sherman, McKinney, McKinney, Abilene, Texas, under that 15 sig for large hail. That's going to be the biggest deal out of these storms, will be the large hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts that are anticipated. But right now in the short term, we are tracking a couple of supercells right now south of Tuscaloosa, Lawn. This is the furthest southeast storm. We do have a storm chaser that is kind of trying to intercept this storm a few more times. Doppler radar does indicate that there is hail up to 2.5 inches in diameter. So we have a hail core on this based on Doppler radar data. And this is again headed towards Cruz, Glen Cove, within by about 9:41 p.m., maybe even 10 o'clock tonight over Glen Cove. So make sure you are getting prepared for this, because again, this is capable of producing a destructive hail, a tornado, and again, some heavy rainfall that could lead to flood problems. And we don't need anyone to get stuck out there in it. So make sure you do heed my advice when you're out and about tracking these storms, or if you're getting home from work very late, if you're working a swing shift, definitely be aware of that. Some ugly skies right now, ominous looking skies over Lawn, Tuscaloosa right now, as that supercell continues to progress further southeast. Now, if we look at rotation, of course, we are seeing greens moving toward the radar. So we can see right here, greens toward the radar, reds and pinks away from the radar. that's what we're watching live right now closely. And this is where we might have a tornado possible on this. It's not tornado warned, but the warning is the severe thunderstorm warning has a tornado possible tag on it. And we can see why that is. I would not be surprised if they do want to go for a tornado warning on this in a little bit, depending on the latest radar scans. But we are seeing rotation on this, and that's why you all need to be taking shelter. If you're downstream of this, Cruz, Glen Cove, Novus, please take shelter. This is, again, a severe thunderstorm warning for a tornado possible tag on it, and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts that are anticipated also. Okay, so that's one of the storms. Let's take a look at storm number 2. That's kind of over here near Dermot. So please take shelter there. Snyder, Texas. We got a tornado warning. Now, because these storms are so isolated, we are naming these storms, okay? Each supercell has its own name. If you guys want to get named of a supercell, just let me know in chat. Say me, and I will pick a random person in chat to name a supercell, okay? And I will pick any of the 3 supercells that we're tracking. Actually, we'll make that 4. We got 4 different supercells that are ongoing right now. So, yeah, if you guys want to get named, just let me know, and I will be happy to name you all. Okay, okay, we got Matt that wants to be named. It's Jeffy, Roblox, me, Brian, me. Let's see here. Let's see. Only 3 people say me. Don't spam me. If you really only need to do it once or twice, I'm aware of it. Because that will confuse me, because it'll be like there's too many, it'll be more people than it really is. So if you can stop spamming, that would be great. Okay, Landon Moisture says me, so just say it once or twice, and that's all I need. Okay, Mason Fishy, so that's 5. Crazy said it earlier, so we have 6 people that want to be named. Okay. So let's do this. Oh, Christy, that's 7. So we will name Mason Fishy will be the storm. Let's see. This is a tough one. All right. I pick Brian Track Hurricanes. He will be the storm. The Bradshaw storm that just got a new warning on it. That has a 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and tennis ball size hail. So this is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. So Brian Track Hurricanes is the Billinger, the lawn storm right now. The one that had does not have a tornado possible tag on it anymore. Well, kind of halfway through that system. So we're tracking the Brian the Brian storm. I'll just simply shorten it, make it short and sweet. So the Brian storm, we got a couple of storm chasers on that, tracking that storm. And then the storm up here that's tornado warned, we will give that to Mason Fishy. So Mason Fishy is the Snyder storm. Remember your guys' supercell, please, because there are 4 supercells that I'm tracking. Okay, so make sure you identify yourself as a supercell and you know which one there is, okay? So the Mason Fishy storm is the Snyder tornado warning. That there's a tornado warning for that area, Union, Dermot. Right now under a tornado warning at this time due to the Mason Fishy storm. So that is a fairly intense storm that has a history of producing 2+ inches of hail in diameter. And then we have another storm up here, the one that went over Floydada, Booth. This storm will be the Crazy Weather Dude storm. Crazy Weather Dude producing potentially 3-inch hailstones on it. So 3-inch hail marker indicating that this one has a very robust, intense updraft. We are seeing a nice, big, large hail core on it. So, yes, if you're in Dickens, if you're downstream Wake, McBain, please take shelter. The crazy dude supercell is marching on in, and this is capable of producing 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and baseball-size hail. Besides that, this is a destructive level 3 severe thunderstorm warning. So this is a very damaging storm. Please take shelter. Do not mess around with this one. This one is producing very large hailstones. We already have had 2.75-inch hail report on this one earlier. So please take cover now on the crazy dude storm, because that one is intense. Then, of course, we have another storm up here. This is the Skellytown storm. This is in Skellytown, of course. And this one will be... Let's give this a name. Let's see. The Borger Storm. Let's see who I should name this after. Landon. You are that storm. So Borger, the Landon supercell, very strong up there in northern panhandle of Texas, near White Deer, Skellytown. Again, identify your own supercell, please, all right, to help me out, because there are 4 supercells. I might forget exactly which supercell is which, who is what. I know where they're at, of course, but, 4 different names. So, Borger, please take shelter. The Landon Mosher storm is very intense right now, and also producing quarter-size hail. So that is not producing some serious hail, but it is producing 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This storm in Floydada, though, this one is destructive. This is producing very large hail, baseball-size hail, and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. 4 reports of tornadoes by SPC in Colorado. Ooh, boy. That's crazy, Lava Command. Yeah, probably from earlier today in southeastern Colorado is probably where a lot of those reports came out of initially with the supercells. Oh, yeah. I'm aware of that, Butthead. Yeah. I feel bad if I say your name, because your name on YouTube is Butthead, and I don't like saying Butthead, because it's not really nice to say that, so I'll just call you Head. I'll call you Mr. Head instead. That's probably a little bit better. What's up, Pope Adrian? How are you doing? Oh no, from Eastern. Okay. So from Eastern Colorado, I was close. So, okay. So the Mason Fishy storm is the tornado warned. And then the storm down here is Brian. So the Brian track hurricane storm, very organized and quite intense. We are still not seeing a concentration of rotation, but there is definitely a mesocyclone on this. So if you're in cruise, please take shelter very soon here, because this has quite the inflow jet that we can see here. When we scope out the supercell, look at this. You can see the rear inflow jet of clean air coming in out of the south into the storm system. So this definitely has a lot of storm organization with it. It's a lovely looking supercell. And it does have high echo tops with this. So echo tops are 50,000 feet. So he is quite intense right now. I need to pull the supercell into the Gulf of Mexico so I can become a super hurricane. Well, you got a bit of a ways to go, actually. You're in central Texas right now. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This could also be a named storm system. This will be... Let's see, let's name this one. We're going to give this a name... Oh, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning. I will give it to Max Crow. Max Crow is the Zionville, the Burton storm. So you're down here near Houston. So we got some storms there. This could get warned eventually near Cameron. We'll see about that one. But we do got a new extended warning. This is on the... Which storm was this? See, I already forgot which storm I identified. I know this is a Mason Fishy storm, Brian Track Hurricanes, but remember it if you can. Sorry if I have a short-term memory on this one, you know. But yeah, this storm has 3-inch hail on it, 3-inch hail core. So it is definitely a strong thunderstorm. And baseball-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts does continue. And again, this is a destructive storm for Mankato, Dickens, Afton, and Spore. Needs to be taking shelter. That is a pretty strong supercell. I mean, that has baseball-size hail. All right, yeah, okay, crazy weather dude. That's the one. See, thank you. Thank you for that. So, yep, he is hanging on to his dear life at keeping baseball-size hail in check right now. Baseball-size hail with this supercell right now over Doherty. We take a look at velocities. Yeah, those are quite strong. Really strong velocities, you bet, on this storm. 80-mile-an-hour velocities, maybe even 82-mile-an-hour velocities. So, yeah, this one has definitely some winds with it. Really strong winds coming in out of the east-northeasterly direction. Part of that supercell that is awfully strong. So, if you're downstream, Dickens, please take shelter. This is a destructive, severe thunderstorm warning. We got a couple of them right now on that one storm. I am also surprised this is not warned for a destructive warning. That would be the Brian Track Hurricanes. We already have had 3 reports of hail that has reached 3 inches in diameter, so some really large hail. I got a long way to get to the ocean. Yep, you do. I don't think you're dying yet, Mason Fishy. You're hanging on to dear life still. You are producing 1-inch hail just to the northwest of Snyder, Texas. So, if you're downstream of these warnings, please take shelter. This one especially, so I'm going to circle this in red. This storm here and this storm are the strongest. These 2 storms are producing hail at least 2 inches or greater in diameter. We already got a 3-inch hail report, so that says it all there. Really large hail. Yeah, also, if you guys are new, make sure you give this stream a huge like and share this with your family and friends on social media. It does help out a lot, because without your guys' support, you know, I wouldn't be able to do much of this. Get the word out to people. So if you're in Dickens, if you're in Elton, please take shelter. Glen, Roaring Springs, we have a pretty intense, discrete supercell here for destructive hail. 4 individual storms, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We even have a 5th one down here in near the Burton, Texas region. But yeah, in the short term, we are tracking 2 powerful supercells. The one in Floydada, Roaring Springs, that one is something else. Okay, I will read that paragraph in just a second. But very strong supercell right now out of Doherty. Glen, Elton. Again, a destructive severe thunderstorm warning when we play through this right now. This is going on in Texas. Nice RFD surge. Very intense RFD surge on that. And that illustrates that there is definitely some damaging winds as there is an outflow with the storm. Like spike. It's funny, like spike. So destructive severe thunderstorm warning in Dickens Spur right now. This is coming close to US 82. Glen Elton, Dickens in Texas. A destructive severe thunderstorm warning is right now in progress. All right, let me read the Storm Prediction Center really quickly for tomorrow's outlook. Third paragraph, Southern Plains, you were saying, right? Southern Plains. Given the widespread showers and thunderstorms are expected across Oklahoma from Tuesday to Wednesday, a more southerly warm is currently preferred, likely in the vicinity of the Red River. As such, the greatest severe potential will likely exist from will result in moderate to strong buoyancy. What am I looking for here? Lava Command. Oh wait, hold on. There's more. Never mind. So general expectations for thunderstorm initiation to occur along the dry line during the early afternoon as mesoscale ascent attendant to the dry line is augmented by increasing low-level or large-scale ascent. This general expectation may be complicated by residual outflow that may be in place over north-central Texas in the wake of the early morning storms. However, uncertainty regarding the location and depth of any outflow limits predictability at this forecast range. Initial development will likely be supercellular, supported by increasing mid-level flow and strong deep layer shear. Steep lapse rates will favor very large hailstones at least 2 inches in diameter with these initial supercells. Low-level flow is expected to be relatively modest, limiting low-level shear and potentially keeping the tornado threat low. However, given the potential for interaction with residual outflow and or the warm front, some higher threat may materialize in more confined corridors. Given previously mentioned uncertainties regarding the outflow and warm front positions, will defer any increase in tornado probabilities to later outlooks. Upscale growth is anticipated after a few hours after initiation, with the resulting MCS tracking eastward, southeastward across East Texas and northern Louisiana. Marginal wind probabilities were extended into far western central Mississippi to account for the potential that the convective line will be in that vicinity early Thursday morning. All right, so they're saying that they're not going to likely upgrade the tornado probabilities, so a 5% will probably hold. And given how small it really is, an upgrade to a 10%, I don't think it's going to happen. I think the enhanced risk is likely driven by strong damaging winds, and eventually it might evolve into a hail-driven enhanced risk too, probably in later outlooks. So make sure you stay tuned to the SPC for their latest convective outlooks, because they are good at what they do, and that means you got to pay attention. So the enhanced risk is out there, but again, just for wind and not for hail just yet. Honestly, today could almost be a localized enhanced risk because we are seeing some really large hailstones out of this. A 30 sig, yeah, could have been possible, Doherty, though, strong rotation on that crazy weather dude storm. It's a very conditional enhanced. I do agree with that, Tony H. But at the same time, the models do indicate that there will be some clustering right in central Texas down here for tomorrow. Unfortunately, because of the partnership in a way to direct weather, I will not be able to stream tomorrow, at least as far as it looks right now, because I have a conference call with him, which I am excited about. So, therefore, I will not be able to stream tomorrow night unless absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessary. But that's why I'm glad I was able to stream today, you know? Because we are seeing considerable and destructive severe thunderstorm warnings going on right now. So if you're in Glen, Elton, Dickens, in Texas, you need to be taking shelter, please, because that's where, again, that supercell is going to be moving into. Now, speaking of the enhanced risk, this is what it really covers tomorrow. Again, actually, you know what? Let me go to Weatherbell, because actually Weatherbell gives me a more detailed, zoomed-in view exactly of what will actually happen. So let's go into the central. Actually, you know what? Let me go to the south central. There we go. That helps out a little bit better. So this is where our enhanced risk. Oops, let me make that a little bigger. Okay, there we go. So this is where the enhanced risk is. Of course, this includes for the DFW area, as well as Tyler, Texas, and even near Abilene, Texas, under that level 3 out of 5 on the severity weather index scale. And when we look at our probabilistic severe outlook here, it's only a 15% SIG for large hail tomorrow in that hatched area from northern Texas into central Texas. But it is really going to be wind driven. That's really the only reason why the enhanced risk is issued in the first place. Now, could they go, again, 30 SIG for hail? Absolutely. I think they're going to. Based on the lapse rates, the instability, it doesn't surprise me, especially probably down here. They might go 30 SIG for large hail. To the north, it's probably going to stay more like 15 SIG because the instability up there is not as great as it is further south. In fact, we have mixed layer cape down here in central Texas that could exceed 3,000 joules per kilogram tomorrow, whereas in northern Texas, it might exceed 2,000 joules. So even 1,000 joules per kilogram difference here is what all makes the difference on the severe probabilities. Definitely a 10 or a 5% risk for tornadoes. So there is a risk for tornadoes in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. So keep that in mind. If you're out and about tomorrow, we could have these initial storms that pop up. They could be capable of producing tornadoes early on in the convective period, and then a transition into damaging winds will likely commence once an MCS actually grows. And that's why there is a 30% non-SIG for severe storms tomorrow. That's what the day 2 risk for enhanced is. Day 3, we're not too concerned about that. That's just a marginal 5% risk for severe thunderstorms. So that's a look at the convective outlook there for tomorrow. And again, tomorrow I'm very much likely to not stream because I do have a very important VIP conference call tomorrow that I do need to attend to. Me and Direct Weather have been planning on this for the last few days, and so therefore it's in my schedule. I can't change it very much because, you know, we've had I've been planning for this quite a while. As you do know, me and Direct Weather are pretty much partnered up. He's great at what he does. Direct Weather, and this is direct to the weather. What's up, Chaz TG? Ban this person in my server. Oopsie, what's going on in my server? Another raid? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm on it. Folks, I am so sorry. I'm going to ban Hey, he is banned, so that's good. So, sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know about that, Chaz TG. See, I'm not looking at Discord while I'm actually live streaming because I'm focusing on the severe weather instead of my Discord. So, if there's any issues in my server, just let me know in chat and then I'll be able to respond to those. Especially if it's a raid. You know, we don't need raiders in my server. All right. Also, what we don't want to have is 3-inch hail, which is taking place right now in Glen, in Roaring Springs, Texas. That's where we have reflectivity values that are exceeding 70 decibels right now. So really, really large hailstones going on with this storm, along to go with very high echo tops. In fact, if we take a look at 3D here, we can see with what the storm actually looks like. I'm going to actually change this up a little bit so we can actually get a whole scope of what the storm actually looks like. And look at that lovely 3-dimensional image. I absolutely love it. And we can see with what the storm actually looks like. Isn't that beautiful? It is actually wonderful just to see what we can do with Doppler radar. So a pretty intense storm going on. Nice looking updraft here. That's where we have the largest hail shaping up. What a beautiful looking supercell that we have taking place. That is the crazy dude storm. That severe destructive is the longest warning I have seen. I've ever seen. Yeah, some of these warnings can be pretty long. The storm says 1.75-inch hail on it now in the warning. It definitely did not weaken and even did get stronger. Yeah, some of these storms are going to try to remain intense because of all the instability, that is in place. Look at this storm right here. This one is pretty intense. This is the Brian Track Hurricanes storm, the Brian storm. Let's see what he looks like in three-dimensional. It's definitely a very intense, lonely supercell. That 3D is cool. Thank you, Luke. Anthony, I meant to say. Yeah, the 3D is definitely a really cool feature. I really like it a lot. Let's see actually with what the whole entire storm looks like when we view it. Oh yeah, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. We can actually change the transparency to this. Yeah, so you can definitely see the inflow getting pulled in here, kind of from the southerly direction, and you can even see some twisting, some vorticity stretching going on right here. So this is actually where we are seeing our very strong updraft. Right in there is where we also have the hook. And that's why we're seeing overshooting tops right in the right front quadrant of this supercell that is in place. So yeah, if you are underneath this thing, yeah, might want to get a helmet if you're stuck outside, because that storm is very strong. Quite the dominant. Quite the dominant. And that's what we have right now. So really, really large hail on this. And actually what we could also do with this is, it's even cooler. We could even do T-section imaging. So we could actually see with what the storm actually looks like overall. So if we go to base reflectivity, that rotation is definitely surface based and quite strong too. It's what the imaging actually shows. Again, that's toward the radar. So we're getting some nice, good looking winds on this. But the cool thing about this is you can see in 2-dimensional and 3D dimensional. Yeah, I don't know where Brian is. I don't know if he left. If not, that would have to be the Chaz storm. We'll transition it into the Chaz storm. 2-inch hail marker on that. So if you're in Coleman, if you're in Santa Ana, please take shelter. Nice looking updraft. That's what we scoped in on. That's our storm analysis. We got flow going in like this. So southerly flow. And then we got the RFD surge that's wrapping all the way around because we have such intense hail coming down with this that it's cooling the air surrounding it, which causes some evaporative cooling, and that actually leads to downbursting winds. Thank you for tuning in. It's Jeffy Roblox. I do appreciate you tuning in. Let's take a look at the Dickens storm in Spur. This is on US 82. This storm, my goodness, very strong rotation on that. So let's scope out that storm to see with what it looks like once again. And yeah, that's a beautiful looking inflow. Nice look inflow. Possibly a wall cloud on this. That's what we have. You could even see some of the hail and raindrops being lifted, and we get some back curling that does actually occur. So really strong storm here. Very large hail. You bet. You definitely do not want to be caught out in this storm, because if you are, you might want to wear your helmet. A baseball helmet, because hail this size could cause serious injuries. Let's actually see on the 2-dimensional. Oops, not that. That's 3D dimensional. Let's kind of T-section this. And let's see with what rotation is on this. Yeah, that is quite the strong updraft right there. Let me take a look in the middle here. Cross-section it a little bit more. So greens, of course, are toward the radar. Reds are away from the radar. So we are seeing a vortex. You could even make it out here on this image. So we got the vortex doing something like this. It falls apart at about 18,000 feet. This is more westerly winds aloft here. That's what the yellows and the golden colors are. But this is where we are seeing inflow. So this is not a very deep mesocyclone by any means, but it is deep enough to sustain and kind of support and project 3-inch hail up into the storm because of the mesocyclone, how strong it is. We have velocities on this at over 50 knots, 50, 60 knots at about 10,000 feet. So this is showing you just how intense the storm actually is. Let's see if we can bring up another product here. We don't have any CC on that. ZDR, we don't have ZDR, darn it. I wish I could give you ZDR. I'll have to add in some place files for that. I've never gone around to doing it yet, but hopefully soon I will. It's called the David Schlotthauer vortex. David is spinning in circles. Oh my gosh, John, you're funny. This could be the John 5042E supercell then. Mighty John, very strong. So if you're in Dickens, watch out. John 54-2E is stomping on the ground. Heavy rain, strong winds, and yes, a pretty organized supercell headed into Dickens right now. Spur on Gilpin. I mean, this warning is warranted for golf ball size hail. I believe, no, wait, still baseball size hail. So that is really, really large. That will seriously cause injuries. Definitely a storm you do not want to mess with. And it is actually these two supercells, or no, wait, these three supercells that we're tracking right now. And from earlier, you can see on the mesosector on how this all kind of evolved. Oops. Let me bring it back. So there is your supercell right there from earlier. These, again, are riding along the dry line. And you can see where the dry line actually is based on Doppler, or based on cloud cover. So your dry line is somewhere like in here, is why we are seeing some isolated convection along this. This is from earlier, by the way. And down here to the south is where you have all that moisture, a lot of that instability that is in place. So very explosive, very intense organized supercells that do continue right now. And you can even see the moisture surge even coming back here. Some wind backing is taking place over these supercells, which is why I believe we're starting to see more stronger rotation. Before, these storms were moving with the mean flow. Oh my gosh, that rotation. Very strong rotation on that storm in Glen right now. Just to the west-southwest of Glen. Really strong vortex, TVS on this. Tornado vortex signature right now in place. Again, if you are in the path of this, please take shelter immediately. This is a very strong thunderstorm. Okay, Fire Ant tried to call me earlier. Let's see if he will answer. So, really strong rotation. Really strong. Oh, yeah, this is very strong. So, what we're seeing here, is basically different correlations. So the yellow, the red colors on your screen, so what you're viewing here is how much rotation there is. So green colors and blue colors indicate velocities are moving toward the radar site. So all these green colors are illustrating winds and velocities moving toward the radar site. So winds are coming in out of the east-southeast. And what do you know? Just got tornado warned. So we have now a tornado warning for Dickens in Texas right now. Dickens in Texas, tornado warned. This is really strong rotation and golf ball size hail that is in place right now. But back to with what I was saying. So these red colors and yellow colors have velocities moving away from the radar. So these reds moving away, these greens are moving toward the radar. And this is where the tightest gradient of colors are. So we're going from one end of the spectrum on the northern side to the southern side on the other side of the spectrum. All right. Did you try calling, Fire Ant? No, you didn't. All right. Yeah, call me again, Fire Ant. You can, yeah. I tried calling you earlier. So what we're seeing here is lots of rotation, very strong, sharp wind shift here, which could indicate a possible tornado, certainly, that might be beginning to touch down. This is in Texas, near Dickens, Texas. We will see if this actually intensifies, but really recently it has done so. Yeah, new tornado warning out on that storm. Yeah, this is what we're tracking right now. New tornado warning, that's this polygon that we're tracking. Let's do a 3D dimensional on this. I'm going to see if I'm able to do any of that. I haven't done this with 3D dimensional. Okay, you try calling again? What's up, Fire Ant?
Hey, I need you to purge.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
There is a PD in there. Just to let you know, you need to purge that right now. Do not wait.
Okay, hold on. Can you talk really quick and talk about the storm while I do this?
I don't even know what storm it is, David. I'm dealing with what just happened. I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry, viewers. We're just dealing with something right now, real quick, because that bot is not working for me, David. Not one bit.
All right. So they're all purged. So they're purged all the way back to actually yesterday. So we're
Okay.
good.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
I'll let them know. Sorry, y'all.
All right. Are you gonna track this with us?
You want me to?
If you want.
Yeah, I got radar scope open. What do you need?
This storm near Dickens is very strong right now. That has really strong rotation, and we might have twins.
Kidoki. What radar site you using so I can jump on right away?
I'm using Lubbock, Texas. Very strong rotation
Lubbock.
on that.
All right.
I'm actually gonna do a 2-dimensional T section on that. Oh gosh.
Oh. Yeah, I see what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Quite strong.
Luckily, I don't see a debris ball, David.
No, I don't see one either.
I even see a CC drop with it. Be a very intense rotating wall cloud.
It probably is.
We'll try digital. Go up to 30. Well, that has rotation all the way up on the tilts, David.
Yeah, I'm looking at the T section. We have rotation all the way up to about 20,000 feet. So this is a pretty. It's a little deeper, the updraft. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not see a CC drop, but however, we don't have any confirmation if this is all the ground, correct?
Nope, there's no confirmation yet.
All right. It's moving the
we
south.
might have a debris ball. I don't know if that's a debris ball or not. Maybe not.
You know, there's another way you can check, right?
Yeah.
Digital. You can use the digital format. The digital CC, it filters a lot of stuff out. Like the dry air and stuff that could be in there, the hail, it actually filters it all out on the digital. I don't see one, David.
Yeah, I don't think. I'm watching that storm though. That is really strong rotation. My gosh. At 9,000 feet above the surface, that is very strong rotation.
I can tell you got some big hail in there, though. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Based on the DBCs, probably maybe 2-inch hail.
Uh,
Realistically,
according to my Doppler radar program that I'm using, it's picking up hail almost 4 inches in diameter.
a little bit bigger than a radar scope, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. And you know what, David? I really don't. The only town that's really near there is Dickens, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's open farmland. I'm sure there's some houses out there, maybe some oil fields and stuff. So we may not see a debris ball unless if it hits a barn or something. And hopefully it's not on the ground. I don't want this to be on the ground. That's for sure.
Definitely not. Let's take a look at the structure of this monster right now. Oh my goodness. This is definitely rotating. Based on 3D, we might even have a streamer of really intense rain and hail being flung up into the storm. You could really get an idea where we do have the inflow. The inflow jet is right here. So if we look at 3D, near Dickens, Texas, this is where we are seeing the inflow. And that's why we have a little pocket of raindrops being forcefully being lifted up due to the updraft. And this is probably even where our RFD is coming around, right on the back side of this. And then we got our inflow. So this is a very organized supercell with echo tops that are exceeding 50,000 feet. So this is a pretty intense looking supercell right now near Dickens, based on 3D. We actually go inside it. Nice good looking hail column in there. If we even go all the way up, yeah, there is definitely some mighty hail with that. Really.
Izmir has the rotation kind of backed off on that, David.
Let me check. Hold on. So that's a look at 3D.
It doesn't look as intense on my end. At least not on radar scope.
It is still there, but it's not quite as strong. It is still quite strong on. It is still quite strong though on tilt 2.4 degrees though. So at around 12,000 feet, it is very strong, that mesocyclone. I think
David, there may have been a debris ball. There was a quick spike, and then there was a quick spike that lasted.
That's what I'm thinking too. It might have maybe a lot of thick ground scouring or ground clutter being lifted, because that is an auroral area, and I bet it's probably a lot of dirt and a lot of sand in a concentrated area. Something like that. The rotation is not quite as strong. That does not mean it's over with, though. That is still producing a very, very strong
I would still seek shelter, though. I mean, if I saw this around me, I would still be seeking shelter.
Oh my gosh. 4 1/4 inch hail marker on this. Oh my gosh. Dude, if you guys are in the... Again, we're not probably seeing 4 inches or greater hitting the ground, but my gosh, that's a mighty hail core. 3.75 to 4 1/4 inches potentially on this. So if you are in the path of this storm, I hope you're taking shelter. That is a nasty hail core. The pinks and purples is where the largest hail is falling. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. John.
So how is everybody tonight?
Yeah, how is everyone? We have 100 people watching. So how's everyone enjoying the stream? If you guys are enjoying it, please consider sharing and subscribing. Oh gosh, we got a wind report we got a wind report, Fire Ant and everyone. Not for hail, but for wind. A wind gust of 90 miles an hour was reported West Texas Mesonet. Additional gusts ranging from 66 to 87 miles an hour were measured from 9:37 p.m. to 9:42 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So, whoa, that is very, very strong. Very strong. So, 90 plus mile an hour wind gust on that supercell headed for Dickens right now. Dickens, Texas could be in a life-threatening situation right now, because not only you're dealing with 90 mile an hour wind gusts, but you could also be dealing with 3 to 4 inch hail in diameter. That is enough to, with wind-driven hail, that could cause serious injuries. That could really, really be a big deal. Significant roof damage, building destruction, certainly not out of the question with this. So if you're in Dickens right now, oh gosh, please take shelter. This is in Dickens, Elton, Texas, Glenn, Texas. Very, very possibly a violent supercell in progress right now. Nice hail core on this. So if we actually bring this, let's up the transparency a little bit on this. And so we could see what our hail cores are doing. Really large hail on this. My goodness. You can really get the hail core that goes all the way up to about 30,000 feet. So this is lofting some pretty significant hail into the air right now. 3 to 4 inches in diameter. Certainly not out of the question. Who made the poll? Who created that poll?
What poll?
I have a poll on my YouTube. I bet it was Sheriff Boy, because he is a owner. He helps run the channel. You there? Are you hiding from me? Extreme Weather Team. So if you guys are new, share this with your family and friends on social media, please. This is a pretty dangerous storm. 90 mile an hour wind gusts, and whoa, they actually warned that for 90 mile an hour winds. That is quite significant. So yeah, 90 mile an hour wind gusts and 2-inch hail. You're in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged or destroyed. Homes and businesses will have substantial roof and window damage. Expect extensive tree damage and power outages. Okay, so Dickens right now, probably going to get destroyed by this. We have 2 TVSs now on this.
Yeah, I was about to say, David, it looks like the rotation's coming back on it.
Probably. Yeah. Looks like it. Here
But
are
this thing's going to be...
what I was going to say is, my predictions for hurricane season, I'm going to make a video on that hopefully soon. Probably not tomorrow because of the severe weather, but I'll hopefully have that out on Friday on my hurricane predictions, because it is April still. We have all of May, and then we got June. And so my own predictions for the hurricane season, I'm calling for 8 to 12 named storms. So I am calling for a somewhat active. I think everyone agrees with me on that. 43% of the viewers do. Please vote if you haven't already. The more votes we do get, and the better it's going to be. Since we do have 100 people watching, I do want to make a very important announcement. I know people hate my announcements. I know. But I do want to promote this. This is very, very important. I've mentioned it only once in my videos, that I'm going to release a semi-annual YouTube channel survey. Okay, that's going to be released within by May 1st. Okay, so make sure you guys do the survey, because the more votes we get and they're honest and stuff, this goes for the next 6 months through December the 1st. So if you guys haven't heard about it, I'm announcing that to you all right now, that I do have a semi-annual. I forgot to spell annual properly here. Annual? I think there we go. I'll fix the spelling later on, but you get the idea. Semi-annual YouTube channel survey May 1st. Please fill out again this on May 1st when it gets released. This is kind of a highlight of what's going to happen. It is going to be a long survey, so hopefully you have a lot of time on your back for this. This will probably take about 10 to 15 to maybe 20 minutes to fill out, because it's more organized and there's a few added things to it. But this is what happens. The more votes we get on that, and they're honest and they're truthful, then I could improve the channel. We could add stuff that we haven't added to the channel yet, and everything like that. Yes, John, thank you for letting me know. So that comes out on May the 1st. So if you guys are wondering about that, I will have promotions on that too coming up in future YouTube videos. And that will be first uploaded as a YouTube channel community post in the early morning hours. That would be on Monday next week. So probably about 8 or 9 in the morning, it will be out as a post. And then when I do my YouTube video, I will also include a link in the description below the video. I want this to get as many votes as we can. The last poll we had 60 responses. Let's try to go for like 300 or 400, even 500 responses. So sharing that survey with your family and friends means a lot to me. It really does. Okay. Just a general reminder. That's what the plan is. On Monday, mark your calendar. YouTube channel critical survey will be released on the YouTube channel. CC drop, someone is saying. Okay, that might be a debris ball. Oh crap. Excuse my language there. In Dickens, that might be a CC drop. I'm gonna wait for one more scan because it is correlated with lower values. Let me turn off the, let's see here. I think that is correlated with lower reflectivity values, so I don't know. I'm not sure if that is actually a debris ball yet, but we will wait. We're going to wait for another scan. Okay, I'm not sure yet. I don't want to say it's a debris ball. And let's see. Oh, that might either be some very, very large hail that is so concentrated it is causing a CC drop. I don't have ZDR. Let me see if I can get ZDR up on that storm in Dickens to see if it is.
It may be, David. That might actually be a small debris field.
I don't want to say it is.
It is matching up with the rotation. It is matching up with.
There is giant hail being indicated where that area of rotation is. So it's probably giant hail. It probably is. I'm trying to see if I could find it. But I'm seeing giant hail. I don't think that is a debris ball.
David, that's a debris ball. That is. That is. It probably got a barred. Damn it. It's showing up on digital too.
I'm gonna wait.
Digital. The digital. The good thing about the digital CC is it actually filters all that out.
Oh shoot.
That
That is
that yeah, that might actually be on the ground.
there's a very tight couplet in that area. I'm
Yeah.
not convinced yet. I'm gonna wait to see what the National Weather Service says. If it gets confirmed,
What does Dickens, Texas look like? Let me go to. Wee. All right, so it looks like David, we if it is on the ground, we're going to see something here soon. I hate to say
it
it.
went over Dickens, so the CC drop did not pop up right then.
Hey, David, do you have any roads on that map that you're using?
I do. I will have to use Radar Omega for that. Right
Uh,
now,
can you
right
can you tell
now,
me if it's
it went over
can you tell?
Highway 70. It went over West Highway 82. Right just to the southwest of Dickens.
And that's where we saw the debris ball, right?
A brief one. Again, I
If that's it. If that's it, it did hit a house. I hate to say it. There is a house right there on that corner of the intersection, and man, that just got more intense.
I'm gonna wait for a little bit. There is very strong rotation on that though. No doubt in my
Yeah,
mind. That is really strong rotation. That is very much for sure. Oh wow, velocities are off the charts actually higher up. Let me go to different tilts on that. Oh my gosh, those yeah, the velocities on this are very strong. 132 mile an hour velocities. That is quite
can
impressive.
you can you give me a road? Hey, David, give me a road that rotation's near.
It is hold on, let me see.
Is it near 20 and 70, 120 and 70?
It just went over Country Road 335. Oh, it's now a PDS. A particularly dangerous situation.
So this is on the ground then.
I think so. If it's PDS
Yeah.
right now, I think it's on the ground.
Okay.
All right. Yep. It might be on the ground. We might have a tornado on the ground. Might does not mean it is on the ground because it does state radar indicated rotation. So there is no confirmation that it is on the ground yet.
You
Oh
said
gosh.
330.
No, we got a debris ball. We got a debris
Yeah,
ball.
I was afraid of that.
Yep. We just got it. We have a debris ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn
It's
it.
lofting some debris. So that is on the ground.
Yeah.
So if you're downstream, very rural area, that doesn't stop us from tracking this. If you're in Gilpin, please take shelter. This is a tornado now, likely on the ground doing damage. Doing damage, even so the warning does not state that it is on the ground, treat it like it is. There is all indications that there is strong to even violent rotation. We have really strong rotation on this.
And
Especially at what?
the max size of the hail is 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 inches is the max size.
Well, it needs to update it. It's probably going to update here. Given that there's a tornado and there's a strong enough updraft, that hail is probably greater than 2 or 3 inches in diameter. But either way, very large hail is occurring with this, along to go with the tornado. You need to update your
And
GR2.
this thing's going to be rain wrapped. You're not going to see it.
Okay, it's updating on my end right now, John. Did we get a new... Okay, we'll get a new velocity update here. Which town is this near? Gilpin is the closest, just to the north of Spore in Texas. So if you know your bearings, Spore is down here. We got Steely Hill. We got it just went through Dickens. Chaz TG says it's up to 4 inches again, the hail size. Oh gosh, that debris ball. That is definitely throwing up debris.
Yeah.
Velocities are really strong on that. Really strong velocities.
And we need to point out, David, that this is moving east-southeast.
It's actually moving southeast.
Oh, it's changed course?
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's moving southeast. Gonna wait for another update on the hail size here. We didn't get any new hail correlation updates, but I'm sure it's over 3 inches. Thank you, Republic of Tornado, for the Torpedo. I love that name, Torpedo, for the $1 donation. Celebrate the first super chat from Republic of Torpedo. Now, we're celebrating. Thank you for that, Republic of Torpedo, for the donation. I do appreciate that. So we are seeing really strong rotation. To put it in simple words, we're using the 0.8 tilt right here. We got velocities that are pretty strong going away from the radar. Then they rapidly shift and then they come right around from the easterly directions. So right now in Dickens, you're getting more of a wind out of the northeast. This is where our tornado likely is. That is on the ground. I'm sure it is by now, with debris being lofted. So again, debris being lofted with this potentially, with a very strong. Yes.
The good thing is, David, with this is actually out in open farmland. Once it got through Dickens, it's open farmland.
Yeah, but
I'm looking at it on Google Maps.
Yeah, but we're still tracking, and this is still a big concern. Just because it's over open farmland doesn't mean we stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
This. So we can see where the rear inflow jet is. Look at this. Really nice, beautiful storm structure. So what we're looking at here is the storm in 3D. We have the inflow coming in like this. Nice, beautiful inflow coming in out of the south, undercutting the large hail core that is above it, which is all of this yellow and orange color. And this is where we have the mesocyclone. This is where we are seeing the possible tornado in that. When we go to our, not that, never mind. Let's go over to, let's see here. Let me get a different one. We are going to slice this in half so we get a better idea what the storm is actually doing. Very strong rotation here being indicated on this particular T section at 20,000 feet. From 10 to 20,000 feet is where we are seeing very strong velocities moving away from the radar. Actually, they're moving this way, and then we got velocities doing this. So this is where we are seeing our rotation and our strong mesocyclone. One could even argue the mesocyclone could even be extending almost up to 30,000 feet. So this is a fairly robust updraft that continues over Dickens, Texas. Look at that. That thing is pretty strong.
David, not to burst your bubble, but you might want to check out Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah. We're actually getting some rotation come together on in a system that's not even warned yet. Someone pointed that out to me, so I went over to him. I'm like, "What?" Go to KVAX.
Still holding at 2.5. Republic of Torpedo, thank you for becoming a Tropical Storm member. Yeah, once we get a lot of members, folks, yeah, I promise. Hold me up to it. Fingers crossed. Once we get a lot more members, I am going to be doing special live streams. Not on the severe weather, of course. That's public. That's for public. I can't even use a proper word. But there's gonna be special live streams that otherwise a public audience won't be able to see. I'm still trying to figure that out. What will be special of some live streams? Maybe a Q&A night. Maybe just weather questionnaire night or something. Or maybe doing something with behind the scenes. I'm looking into doing something, but once we get a lot more members, that will become more likely to occur. All right, what is more likely to occur? That we have a strong storm on the KVAX radar site where it is severe warned near Valdesa, near Stateville. Tarver, let's go over to Tarver. And then we'll get back onto our Texas storm. Okay, is this going to load? Okay, there it is. Oh, yeah, we have some strong thunderstorms there. We do have some rotation on a couple of the storms, too. Nothing too significant at this moment. Let me kind of scan these storms really quickly. And, yeah, that has a pretty good hail core in it. That actually has a nice looking hail core up to about 20,000 feet. We have another storm over here. This is near Needmore in Georgia. That also has a pretty good hail core up to 30,000 feet. So if you are in this area, just a general update on these two storms. If you're in Kinderlu, if you're in Valdosa, please take shelter. There is large hail occurring with this storm with a severe weather warning on it. This is warranted for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. If you're in Needmore, we also have a 1-inch hail marker on that. That should also be warned. Who knows why it's not warned? I don't work for the National Weather Service out of southern Georgia. But whoever you are, please issue a warning if you can, because that has some large hailstones on it. All right, so there is also a few isolated, discrete storms over that area near Homerville to the south, in Fargo, Georgia, in Valdosa, Kinderlu, in Georgia. You need to take shelter. These storms are capable of producing quarter-size hail and significant wind gusts. But in the meantime, we are tracking a very intense storm that does continue right now over the Dickens region of Texas. 3-inch hail marker on that storm right now as we are tracking this. I've not been following this very good at all. There's also another storm that we're tracking really quickly, back up to 3 inches. Brain fart, Tony H on that storm in Dickens, 3-inch hail.
Yeah.
All right, so the Brownwood storm, that has a considerable warning on it. That is warranted for possibly 3-inch hail. Very large hail, tennis ball, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and it is moving to the southeast at 25 miles an hour. So it'll be in Valera right around 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Voss right around 10:25 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And in Guild, Busk right around 10:40 p.m. Central Daylight Time. All right, tennis ball size hail, so that is large, and you definitely need to take that seriously. Thank you, Chaz, for the $1 donation. You are extremely awesome and well supportive of the channel. I do appreciate the super awesome donations, folks. It really, really means a lot to me. Since it is 84 degrees in my room, and I'm braving the hot weather here in California. I'm a tropical storm. I'm going after Texas. You're a tropical storm. Well, your subscription tier that you subscribe to is tropical storm, which I think
David?
Yeah.
This may have sisters. This may have twins.
Yeah, it's doing that. It's recycling probably. It's been doing that for a while now.
I wonder what this thing looks like on 3D.
I'm looking at 3D right now.
Well, let me get out of Discord for a second. Let me pull that up.
Thank you, Republic Torpedo. I do appreciate that. You know, the thing in torpedoes, by the way, a pool toy. Just letting you know that. I'll tell you, I always wanted to have a torpedo. I like how things like torpedoes glide through the water. You know, you throw a torpedo, it will actually glide through the water like an airplane through the air. I always wanted a torpedo. I did, someone did give me a torpedo when I was swimming, when I was a little kid, and I would like drop it in the water and I would actually like toss it and watch it, like, you know, kind of plow through the water. It's really cool. I love torpedoes. I really do. And I think torpedo is an actual thing. It's in a larger version, almost like a submarine, but it's a torpedo. You can launch torpedoes into the ocean. David, can I steal your driver's license so I can drive at 13? Sorry, Chaz. No, you can't. I'm sure, yeah, everyone knows that I have my driver's license anyway. So, yep. I've been a good driver. I have not lost, I've not gotten a ticket yet, nor have I ever cut it off anyone yet. Don't worry, Chaz, you'll drive. When you turn 16, you'll be able to drive again. You'll be able to get your license and everything. Storm chasing in mid 2023. Oh, nice. If you do that, the next faces you'll see will be the police. I know, John. I know. So, we're tracking this storm right now out of Dickens, still producing 3-inch hail. Really large hail on this. I mean, immense hail. So if you're in the Swinson area, Peacock, and Geneview, downstream of this, this storm will be impacting your area within probably the next, let's see here, estimation times, probably within the next 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Watch out of Chaser David Schlotthauer. Huh. Yeah. I'm a good driver, don't worry. You don't need to watch out for me. You don't need to watch out. Torpedoes are used to destroy submarines. I thought so, because they kind of have similar relationships. Torpedoes are almost like a submarine, but it's like a underwater nuclear bomb, basically, to destroy a submarine. Is this storm going to end up becoming severe in North Texas overnight? So the expectation is that these storms will likely last for quite some time. The instability is there. In fact, if we go and take a look at our RAP analysis, satellite-based CAPE, there is some instability that does remain downstream at 1500. Lesser instability to a certain extent that will likely augment lesser hail threats, but still hail that could reach maybe 1 to 2 inches in diameter, but I don't think it's going to be as big as what we had earlier, because this storm was within some CAPE. Let me show you guys a map. About 2,000 joules. Also, we do have some developing convective inhibition, so these storms will likely become slightly more elevated with eastward extent, unless more moisture advection continues to aid in surface-based destabilization, where we may get some parcels that kind of get lofted from the surface. But right now, in the short term, the supercells will likely hang on to their energy for a while longer, possibly all the way down to near Albany in Texas. This storm especially is the one that we're watching. And we can see where that storm is actually headed right now. It actually made a little bit of a left turn, but it's still producing some rotation. Still winds going away from the radar and grains moving toward the radar. He's gonna be Reed Timmer 2.0 or Pecos Hang 2.0. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I'm not one for number one. I'm not very good at photography, or videography. Well, except for YouTube, when I actually do my live streams and my videos. But I don't have that experience yet to do videography of these supercells or time lapses. I actually could get one better on my GoPro, but the problem is I don't live in Supercell Alley. I don't, and people are probably gonna get me. David, can you come back here and I want you to track severe weather with us? First, I gotta get my own car, and then we'll talk about that. But right now, until I get a car, I'm pretty limited. Yeah, this tornado is not a PDS anymore. I don't think it's a PDS. They downgraded it. But it is still a strong storm nevertheless. Move to Oklahoma. See, I don't want to move to Oklahoma, but I do. Where I really want to live is actually back east. I really do. Like, say, back in Pennsylvania, in Ohio, Indiana, the Dakotas. I really don't like living where it's humid. I really don't like the hot, humid weather. I don't mind the heat, but I don't like the humidity. That's what I don't like. You guys are probably laughing at me like, oh, come on, David. Well, you guys have had dew points in the 80s before. Your bodies are used to it. My body is not used to 80 degree, 70 degree dew points. Chaz is a cool name. Yes, it is. Also, Torpedo is a cool name too. Watch out, Republic of Torpedo. Try to avoid submarines. I'm just kidding. David's seen 119 degree weather. Yes, I have. I have had my fair share of 119 degree weather. The question is, Chaz, would you want to experience 119 degree weather? Probably not. You would probably be like, heck no. You should live in Florida, David. No, thank you, John. So if you're in Gilpin, if you're in Gerard, whatever, yeah, that's a weird name. Please take shelter. We do have our lovely looking supercell over here. I'm looking at you, supercell. Please take shelter if you are downstream of this. Swinson, we should get a new severe thunderstorm warning here very soon. Jayton, Peacock, Aspermont, please take shelter. I've seen 108 degrees. Oh no, that Chaz cell is gonna kill me with 5-inch hail in diameter. You're funny. You're funny. I love you guys. I enjoy interacting with you all. That's kind of why I wanted a live stream tonight too, is just that, man, I think my viewers want me to stream. I just kind of feel like they want me to. So I decided to go live. Thank you so much, Kevin Wilson. I'm really happy that I passed my driver's test. David, you could move to Arizona. No. I'm more of a high latitude person. I want to live like I wouldn't mind living in St. Louis, Missouri, maybe a little north. I would not mind living in the Dakotas or in the Great Lakes. I really don't like living south. I mean, because it's hot all the time. It's hot longer during the year than, say, to the north. I like my 4 seasons. I like summer, I like winter, I like fall, and I like spring. You know? Don't forget to drink water. I know, John. You need to drink water too, buddy. All right. So we're gonna track this a little while longer. I'm gonna go to the 2-hour mark on this stream, and then I'm gonna have to head out because I actually have to be up early. I'm actually going to help at a fair. I'm going to a fair tomorrow, and I'm actually going to be the booth attendant. So I'm going to have to help out with that, and it's gonna be pretty much all day, and it's gonna be out in the hot sun. So I don't know how I'm going to get through the day with 90-degree weather. So I'm going to need to get some rest. David, moved to Japan. No, I'm not moving to Japan. Wait, no, Antarctica. David, moved to New York. Everyone wants me to move different places. How about this, Chaz and Torpedo? I dare you to live in Antarctica, where it gets negative 90 degrees sometimes. Thank you for the $2 donation, Torpedo. Thank you so much. Again, I don't want to really move to New York. That's very, very, very condensed, and it is very crowded. So, but yeah, thank you for the $2 donation. It might make me want to move to New York. A teeny bit more higher chance, you know? But yeah. Move to Mount Washington, negative 110-degree wind chill. It's probably lower than that in Antarctica. I've seen wind chills as low as negative 130 degrees, 140 in Antarctica. Bro, David, Antarctica is real cool. Of course, Antarctica is always cold. Because it's snowy all the time. What's up, D.O. Nemo? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. I haven't seen you before. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. By the way, if any of you are new to this stream and you really like these live streams, you like the interaction, you like the severe weather, radar, and the 3D dimensional that I provide in these live streams, consider subscribing. I really encourage you all to support the channel because, as you know, it's a slight risk, and I'm here live streaming it. Remember those old days when I only would live stream on moderate risks? Well, I moved up a couple of categories. Not every slight risk will I stream, right? But I will try to do as many as I can. Enhanced risks, same thing. So if you haven't subscribed yet, if you haven't turned on those notifications yet, I might as well do that right now while you can. Because when you get notifications, it comes onto your phone. And when it comes to your phone, you're like, oh, David uploaded, let's check it out. And you watch my video. Without playing the guessing game like, did David upload today? I don't know if he uploaded. I think he did upload. I promise you he did. You got to check your phone. Okay, I'll check my phone. And there's my video. So, yeah. So we are tracking this a little while longer. If you are in, again, Dickens, let's take a look at 3D dimensional on this storm. And we could really see with what we have going on, these lovely looking supercells that do continue. And look at the mushroom cloud with this. You could see, not really a mushroom cloud, but look at the overshooting top. You can see the overshooting top. The last Memorial Day I had, there was a tornado warning. Interesting. Why is South Pole colder than the North Pole? Well, the reason why the South Pole is colder than the North Pole is because there's more ice. And also, Antarctica, portions of it are almost like 8,000, 9,000 feet. And their ice sheets are so thick that it traps all the cold air. So that's why Antarctica is cold. And also, when you have the sun shining on the snow, a lot of that white light reflects, or all the infrared energy reflects back into space, and it doesn't get absorbed. So that's why Antarctica is always cold. The one place it will never get above 0 degrees if you're in the middle of Antarctica. If you're right by the ocean, it might get a lot warmer, but if you're in the inland areas, it's cold year-round, even in the summertime. Imagining having summers that are negatively cold. What's up, you guys? It's David, Antarctica, Schlotthauer, and today we will look at the tropics because they are looking spicy today. Oh my gosh. You're funny, Chad. Here's one for you, Chad. Good evening, folks. It's David Schlotthauer here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Chaz TG. What is Chaz TG? Well, Chaz TG is a type of noodle. It's a type of spaghetti that you could have. Also, there's other Chaz TGs you can get here by going to taztg.com for more information. So we are only down to 2 severe weather warnings right now. So I'm probably going to call this a night in the next 8 or so minutes, because I have other things I need to do before I go to bed. I'm a busy boy. You know that. You guys should know this already, right? I'm just joking with you, Chance. Here's another one. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is David Schlotthauer, and in this live stream, we are taking a look at the Chaz TG supercell that is beginning to show signs of clustering. So you can see here over Glen, over Elton, over Guthrie in Texas, we are talking about some really large hail, strong winds right now. In fact, we have a destructive severe thunderstorm warning because of how strong Chaz TG is. We're looking at 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This guy is producing and ping pong size hail. Radar has indicated that the Chaz G storm is very strong right now, and it is moving to the southeast. So if you're down in Swenson, Aspernat, definitely be on the lookout for a lot of lightning, strong winds, and severe thunderstorms, of course. And when we take a look at our velocity, good news, Chaz G is not producing as strong of rotation like it did earlier. Gosh, that thing was a monster when it really just exploded there over Dickens, Texas. It's only producing 1-inch hail. Once a tornado didn't know where to move, so it just died. Exactly right. It does. By the way, if you guys haven't hit the like button, please consider doing so. We are 15 likes away from 100. Can we hit 100 likes? I know we can do it. We have 60 people watching here on the channel. So if you haven't liked, be sure to hit that like button right now. Okay, I know you guys can do this. Good evening, everyone. It's David Schlotthauer, and today we will look at the models for this spicy hurricane, so-called Ian. It's going to make landfall this evening as a Category 4. You're funny, Chaz. You're so funny. So, yeah. Any questions? About 6 minutes left. Any questions you guys might have for me? Any questions you might have for me, please let me know. Really quickly, though, one last promotion on this for tonight. Check out triologymaps.com if you haven't already. I highly recommend checking it out, folks. You can get the best, the most customizable maps at a very affordable price. So if you all want to check it out, yeah, the grand opening sale does continue through next Monday, May the 1st, where you can get 50% off on Triology maps. I mean, the digital maps you have ever dreamed of literally came true to your brain. So be sure to check them out and purchase at a very affordable price, because I'll tell you, a lot of these maps are ranging between $20 to $40, but guess what? 50% off, and you can get it for half the price at $9 for the Atlantic Hurricane map today before the grand opening sale ends on Monday. Also, be sure to check out the 16K digital world map for only $19. That's right, $19. You can get it for a very affordable price instead of paying for $40. I mean, gosh, who likes to get it for half the price off? I want that. I definitely want to get that for $19. So be sure to go to triologymaps.com, Triology. Tongue twister, folks, right now, and purchase a map today to help support Direct Weather for the diligent, awesome work he does. Yes, Direct Weather sponsors, or I'm affiliated with Direct Weather, and so I am sponsoring for the work that he does. All right, so I hope you like that promotion, Direct Weather. I'm hoping you're watching the live stream. Maybe you're not, but if you are, I think I did really good there. So, yeah. David the salesperson. Oh, yeah, you want to know something before I go, John? You want to know something? Then I'll get to questions. You guys gotta go and buy John 54-2E for a very affordable price. Before, it was $8,000 to buy him outright. But now you can get him just for $4,000, 50% off today. Well, what does John 54-2E do? He will do anything you ask him to do. Yeah, he literally is the handyman. So, yeah. All right. Glad that nasty weather missed Amarillo. Well, yeah. I'm glad it missed Amarillo too, but you can't always dodge the bullet, right? Okay, David, California looking like going to be a colder and wet for first half of May. I did see that. That is welcoming after the 90-degree weather that we're going to be experiencing tomorrow through Saturday. I'm not ready for it. Hypercane Torpedo. What's up, Kobe Hale? How are you doing? How are you? David the NBA player. David the weather enthusiast. You're funny. David, when will Virginia start to warm up again? Pretty disappointed with 50-degree weather the past couple of days. Oh my gosh. Don't be offended. Don't be offended. Don't be upset at me. Dude. You shouldn't be disappointed. You have had a lot warmer weather than we have had in California. Well, you live here in California. I mean, we're just starting to finally warm up after it being really cold the last, 6 months, 6 months without really warm weather. I mean, still some of the trees have yet to bloom. I mean it. I mean, where is our spring blooming on the trees? I guess they're not here yet. The Star of David. Thank you so much, John 542E. I appreciate it, buddy. My brother John. Hello, guys. Today we will be looking at a severe weather forecast and a Category 6 hurricane. Today, breaking news right now, live right now, we're keeping an eye on Republic of Torpedo right now. That is in the chat. Will he avoid that submarine? That's what we're waiting to find out. So let's actually watch. We're gonna watch the torpedo. Hopefully he misses. If he hits the submarine, it's going to be a big nuclear explosion. What's up, Manu Jan? What's up from France? Whoa. I just went international here. How are you doing? Welcome to the show with David Schlotthauer here. And of course, over here, John, Republic Torpedo, and some of our loyal fans that are watching the live stream. By the way, hit that like button. I will stream until we hit 100 likes. Okay, so be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. We're 10 likes away, so that's why we're going to extend it a little bit longer. So yeah, this storm right here really has lost its oomph. Definitely a lot weaker than it was earlier. Really, the reflectivity has gone way down on that storm. So that is good. We really have only one severe weather warning left right now, so this has died down quite a bit. The Late Night Show with David Schlotthauer. I do agree with that. Maybe that's going to be the title next time. If I do any of these live streams, maybe for members only, not really, it's weather related, but it's not going to be on this, of course. Maybe I could name it The Late Night Show with David Schlotthauer, and we can just explain or talk about weather and stuff. That would be really cool. Hey, David, the GFS has been pretty consistent on thinking about possible late season storm next week, and it could stall for a few days. I did see that. Definitely, Michael. I did see that. I'm telling you, if that does happen, you're not going to love the upper 40s or low 50s in the valley. I'm telling you that right now, because that's what might just happen. If that comes true, it's not going to be just a little cold or a little comfortable. It's going to be downright cold. There's the 540 line right over California, and combining with that with temperatures, I cannot explain why it's so cold. I mean, 50s? 50s? I mean, that's ridiculous. That is just... And then it wants to maybe warm up towards the end of the forecast. Hopefully that does not pan out. We need cold weather for a while. We need a break. I like your profile picture, by the way, Manu. I like your, it's a picture of Saturn. Saturn is the most famous planet because it has the rings around it. In fact, one could even argue Saturn is a gas giant, right? So if you put Saturn in water, it would just float. It would just float like a rubber duck. It would just float, float, float. It would not sink like Earth would, because Mars, Earth, Mercury, and Venus are rocky planets, and then you got your gas giants, including Saturn, that would just float like a rubber duck. All right. I think that's gonna... 7 more likes. 7 more likes. We can do it, folks. Let's hit that like button. Hit that like button. Picture with Newton, 125, 750. Nice. How in the absolute godforsaken forsaken world could we put Saturn in water? Laughing out loud. No, Jupiter is the red thingy is bigger than your face. Oh my gosh, John. Maybe that could be John 54-2E's nickname, Saturn. He could be the planet Saturn. We got 6 more likes. We can do it. We have 1 more warning, so let's go on top of that warning right now, since it's the really only one that we have to track. I think this has been by far the more quietest severe weather live stream that we've had in a while. I mean, only 3 warnings I've gotten in the 2 hours that I've been live. And there it is. There's that supercell. Thank you, Republic of Torpedo. Like Spike. I wonder if I could like it. I could be one of the likes. I don't have my phone out, but 6 more likes. So if you're in Santa Ana, getting hit pretty good with some hail. Strong winds too. There is not a lot of... There's some rotation on that. But nothing too substantial at the moment. But if you're in Brownwood, if you're in Bangs, please take shelter. Lake Brownwood. You're in the clear pretty much, but downstream here, this is about to cross over US 377. John or Saturn? No, I don't. I don't watch Paw Patrol. Oh my gosh, we lost a like. Hit the like button if you guys are enjoying the content. If we hit 100, then I could rest. But yeah, this is a storm that we're tracking that is severe warning. So if you're in Brownwood, please take shelter. That is where... That's the one and only severe thunderstorm warning that is currently in progress. It is the lonely warning on the southernmost edge of that slight risk. So if we click on it, ping pong size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts are anticipated with that storm. So if you're in Bangs, Trickham, right around 11:05 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Brooksmith, right around 11:20 p.m. Central Daylight Time, that storm will be near in the following times. So please take shelter if you are in the path of this storm. This expires in 38 minutes. I've seen a softball severe severe destructive had only 56 max decibels. Oh, really? Chaz TG? Yes, less risk of tornadoes at night. That is because Manu Jan, I think you're below the horizon this time of the year. Saturn. The gassy giant. So Yeah. We're gonna track the severe weather a little while longer until we hit 100 likes, which should be hopefully soon. Because you gotta always get to triple digits, right? Saturn is actually below the horizon right now. And Saturn is a morning planet. And just to show you all, that's what Saturn looks like. David Berlin, I'm gonna make a Coca-Cola hailstone. Oh, really? Nice. I wonder what it would actually taste like. Tastes like Coca-Cola, I'm sure. David, Greenland is pretty nice, to be honest. It is nice. So if you're in Santa Ana, Liberty, Bangs, if you are on the 283 corridor, Cleveland in Texas, please take shelter again. We are tracking this discrete storm. What did you all think of the planet Saturn here on my computer? It is a gassy giant. Okay, that's a weird radar scan. That is a weird radar scan. Where is... Oh my goodness. Greenland with negative 60-degree wind chill. It's summer. Well, but also Greenland is also a snowy place too. But there is that supercell. So we can't see it on Doppler radar. Karen Dixon, thank you. I'm glad you like that image of Saturn. If I had a good telescope, I could see the rings of Saturn. Two more likes, folks. Two more likes. Two more likes. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. I know we can. Don't be scared. Be prepared. That might make you guys like this stream. So if you're on the 277 corridor, Happy Valley, there's also another storm there. Shep, please take shelter. Wingate, if you are in the Willamette area, please take shelter. We are not sure what has happened to the radar here, but there is a storm just outside of Santa Ana that is producing some large hail and some strong gusty winds. There's actually no more severe warning on that, funny enough. That warning has been canceled, so we have 0 warnings. One more like coming, folks. One more like, and I'll probably say goodnight to you all. And we just hit 100. But we got to go beyond 100. We got to go beyond 100. Just beyond. All right. Any last minute questions you guys might have asked? If forgot to ask me, I'll be happy to answer those really quickly. But general reminder is on May 1st, I am going to have my YouTube channel survey. Please, I beg you all to please take the survey. The more votes we could actually get, the more averaged we can get those decision. I can make my decision and everything, including Ethan over here. You need to like my stream, buddy. I know, Ethan. I will explain if you're up to chatting a little bit tonight on why I went live. Yep, you're at the end of it because the weather has died down, but I have a lot to share with you. I have a lot to share with you. In a second here. David, will there be any more severe weather alerts? I'm sure there will be more severe weather alerts tonight. There will certainly be a lot of severe weather alerts tomorrow. But I think these storms have really disintegrated. They're feeling that convective inhibition that was kind of noted on satellite imagery, which is this. Ethan, you have to use College of DuPage, okay? Because it gives you satellite estimates of CAPE and convective inhibition. And so these storms right now are in negative 150 joules per kilogram of convective inhibition. That's why they're really kind of falling apart. All right. Okay, I think I'm done. It's 9 o'clock. It is 9 o'clock. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. Share, like, and subscribe. And I'll be back with another YouTube video tomorrow. There's a more likely chance that I make a video tomorrow than I stream. I don't think I'm going to stream tomorrow because I have that very important conference call unless it gets canceled, but right now it's not canceled, so I will likely not stream tomorrow. I wish I can, but this has been scheduled, and it has to deal with the future to the channel and good things that are coming to the channel. So just be aware of that for you all. All right, that's why this meeting is going on, because it discusses on what's coming. Okay. All right, folks, I love you. I love you so much. And I'll be back with you tomorrow, okay? Don't miss my next video, because if you miss it, well, I'm going to cry. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to cry. But yeah, I will have a video out tomorrow at 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Pacific Daylight Time, okay? Peace.